Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the final broadcast here on the Sunday evenings. We head over into a Monday morning in the American time slot. As the Wings Only Racing 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. Yes, we are here in North Carolina, right here at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte for some 360 Winged Sprint Cars. 24 cars signing into the pit area for tonight, qualifying on the program. Right now, as we've got Sean Palzer, who is quick time tonight. At the moment, Mason Hannigan on screen, driving for Black Diamond Motorsports. We'll see what Mason Hannigan can do in the 1X machine. We'll see if he goes quick time. He jumps to position number... No, he's going to stay ninth with a 13.372. Lance Christie, in fact, on screen as well. In car number 42L, picked up a podium last week at the Eldora Speedway for the 410 Wing Sprint Cars. He is the 23rd car to lay down a lap time, although that time was not going to be anything because he had contact into turns 3 and 4 wall. Now you see up on the top 3 underneath the Wings Only Racing, Sean Palzer, Jacob Hampton and 5. A little mistake from the admins, typing in a nickname for a driver, trying to give him a allocated number. Lance Christie, second quick with a 13.277. He will bump the 5, and that is Brandon Steele. We can tell you that is Brandon Steele. We know Brandon Steele. We know the car. We know he runs a number 5, and we can confirm from race control that it is Brandon Steele in that one. So as it stands, we got coming up on 3.5 minutes left. We're just waiting for Brian Hubert to hopefully join the server, get into the server, get on the racetrack, and lay down a lap time. There'll be, as long as nobody else joins between now and then, there'll be no B main, so we'll just have a couple of heat races, then we'll go straight into a warm-up session, and then of course the main event here tonight, who is going to pick up the win here tonight over the past couple of weeks. Last week, of course, Mason Hannigan picked up the win ahead of Dylan Simmelman, who was aiming for a three-peat, as he got a win at USA and the Grove. So I think this is week number 4 of the series and what we've covered. And again, Sean Palzer, quick time with a 13.271. Lance Christie sits second quick with a 13.277. Jacob Hampton with a 13.278. We go back to Brandon Steele with a 13.308. Robert Satterfield, your top 5 with a 13.316. Alex Rupert with a 13.317. While Lance Loomis a 13.344. Wyatt Brown with a 13.345, and Nicholas Brooks in 9th with a 13.364. Mason Hannigan 10th quick, a 10th off the pace with a 13.372. And again, just 1/10 separating the top 10 drivers, and the top 20 separated by just shy of 4/10, 3/10 of a second separating the top 19 drivers. So it's going to be 3 heat races on the program for tonight. Again, no B main will be required. Heat races are going to be contested over 10 laps in distance. And well, let's go trackside. Take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for the first of 3 heat races. Now tonight, of course, if you're wondering why Sean Palzer, he was quick time, he has to start position number 4. Mason Hannigan in the 1X machine going to start on pole. And we go back to Lance Loomis in the True Speed Motorsports number 66 machine. He will start position number 2. Position number 3, you see the 5. That is Brandon Steele. Brandon Steele out of position number 3. Sean Palzer will line up to his outside out of position number 4. Position number 5 in the 34, John Klimowicz Jr. He will start up alongside Austin Edson in car number 76 out of position number 6. And your final row in inside and outside, the 27 of Tyler Matheny will start position 7, with Alan Gates driving car number 357. He will start position number 8. That's a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, and there is your 8 cars rolling off the racetrack, rolling off the front straightaway behind the iRacing.com pace track. We thank you for joining us here on this Sunday, Monday, wherever you are from around the world. The 4th broadcast here on Ultimate Dirt TV today so far. and we're going to break. Tomorrow, in fact, they're probably over on Speed Shift TV, so our next broadcast after this one is going to be a Wednesday morning at around 7 a.m. It'll be the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League, and then later on that night, it'll be the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum 305 Sprint Car Series, presented by Dirty Old Bastards and Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. To the field into turn number 3 and 4. It is time to go green for 10 laps. Pace truck to the infield. Mason Hannigan and Lance Loomis on row 1. Brandon Steele and Sean Pauser in row number 2. The Wings Only Racing 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. We are underway. Heat number 1. It's going to be Hannigan to lead. Here goes Steele up on the inside of Loomis now. Loomis falls back to position number 3. Everybody going to make the show. Winner will start on pole of tonight's main event. Second will start position number 4. So there's at least a top 2 starting rows for the top 2 in this one. Hannigan continues to lead. Now we look at Lance Loomis on screen in the 66, driving for True Speed Motorsports. Sean Pauser in the 4 machine, working through the middle of the racetrack. Then you go back to Austin Edson to round out the top 5. And then you're looking at Alan Gates and John Klimowicz Jr. battling it out for 6th and 7th. Klimowicz with a slide job on Gates. Watching right now, Sean Pauser hold off Austin Edson in the 76 for 4th. And meanwhile, back up front, 4 down, 6 to run. Heat race number 1. There is the 2 leaders on screen. 1st and 2nd, Mason Hannigan looking to back up a win after last week's performance in the 410s at the Eldora Speedway. Picked up the win over Dylan Simmelman. Halfway home in heat number 1, Wings Only Racing 360 Sprint Car Series on a rotating basis. 360s 1 week, 410s the next, and all the action right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. 3.5 to go. Mason Hannigan continues to lead. Brandon Steele, Lance Loomis, your top 3. Sean Pauser in 4th. Alan Gates, Austin Edson in 5th and 6th. John Klimowicz Jr. Then you go back to Tyler Matheny to round out the 8-car field. 4.5 seconds separate the whole entire field around the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. Lap times in the mid 13-second bracket at the moment. 13.5, 13.6 as Lance Loomis, fastest car on the racetrack, on that lap by. We'll have 1 to run this time by out of turn number 4 as Mason Hannigan, in fact, going to start position number 4 in tonight's main event. If he gets the win here, Brandon Steele, in fact, will start on pole to take the roles reverse with the inversion of 4. And it's number 3 and 4. Coming from right to left on your screen, Mason Hannigan victorious. Brandon Steele will come home 2nd. Lance Loomis 3rd. Sean Pauser in 4th. Alan Gates 5th. Austin Edson 6th. John Klimowicz Jr. in 7th. And Tyler Matheny to round out the 8 cars here in heat race number 1. As the cars from heat race number 2 being told they need to get onto the racetrack behind the iRacing.com pace truck here on the front straightaway. Yes, North Carolina's the dirt track at Charlotte, virtual dirt track at Charlotte right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Let's go trackside, heat number 2. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. The showstopper, driving car number 7, going to line up on pole position. That's Brady Bolbin. Wyatt Brown to his outside position 2 in car number 2. Robert Satterfield will line up out of position number 3. Lance Christie will line up out of position number 4. Position number 5 in car number 7, Josh Flood to his outside. Car number 12 of Riley Emig. Evan Harvey in car 33 will start position number 7. And Kyle Morse is scheduled to line up out of position number 8. Now, I believe Kyle Morse was having some internet issues. Hopefully he's got that one sorted. Hopefully he gets those hardware issues figured out and see if he can make the grid here for heat race number 2. He, in fact, does not make the grid, so that puts 7 cars on the racetrack. Heat number 2. Now, to start position 3, in this one you'd need to win, as the inversion is 4 for the feature event. So if my math is correct, Brandon Steele going to start on pole. Mason Hannigan will start position number 4. Hopefully this track really starts to widen out as we move throughout the night over the 3 heat races. Again, no B main required. Again, we'll have a break after heat number 3. It'll only be a short little break. So again, behind the iRacing.com pace truck, Brady Baldwin in the SRT MG Contracting number 7 machine. A showstopper from Queensland, Australia. Pace truck is in. Runs the field, comes out at turn number 4. Baldwin is going to stand on the gas. 360 wings, sprint cars. Here in the Wings Only Racing League, green flag is out. We are underway. Heat race number 2, and Baldwin got a good launch into turn number 1 and 2. Satterfield and Lance Christie side by side. Here comes Christie up to position number 3. Lance Christie in the 42L. Now ducking down low down into turn number 3 and 4. Look at the battle on 4. Positions 2, 3, make that 1, 2 and 3. And Lance Christie up on the inside, almost into the race lead. Baldwin right through the middle. Brown upstairs and Christie down low. Look at him 3 deep and selling cheap into turn number 1. Ah, big wreck. Oh my, the showstopper. He keeps it going, as does Wyatt Brown. Oh boy, I tell you what, reminiscent of Archerfield Speedway, only that he had a wing on top. Thankfully, he's still able to circulate on the virtual racetrack here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Second is now going to be Riley Emming in the 12 machine, and Robert Satterfield will move to position number 3. Fourth, you see Josh Flood on screen in the number 7 machine. Looking to start tonight's main event from around the 15th position on the racetrack. So it is still all up for grabs. Second spot will start position 5. And the winner going to start inside second row. That looks to be the 42L of Lance Christie. 5 down, 5 to run. Christie second quick in qualifying tonight and coming off a third last week at Eldora Speedway behind Dylan Simmelman, who got second, and Mason Hannigan, who got the win. Had some good form so far in the past 3 to 4 weeks. We've seen here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Had a good run at USA. Not a bad run at... I'm just trying to think if he ran at the Grove or not, but anyhow, we're not paid to think. We're here to talk about the racing. In fact, I'm going to get the points up on a different screen, so I can tell you. We'll go through the points here in a second, but it's Lance Christie, 14th position at the moment in the points, and he's got 1 lap left to run. Heat number 2 with Lance Christie will lead us down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Lance Christie gets the job done. Heat number 2. Second is going to go to Robert Satterfield. Third will be Riley Hemming. Josh Flood home in 4th. Then you go back to Evan Harvey, rounding up the top 5. There's Brady Baldwin in position number 6. Wyatt Brown in 7th. And Kyle Morse did not grid. So I can tell you the points after Eldora. Jeffrey Herrick is your points leader. Nicholas Brooks sits in 2nd. Wyatt Brown 3rd. Josh Flood in 4th. Dylan Simmelman in 5th. Alan Gates in 6th. Corey Wenzel 7th. Sean Pauser 8th. 9th. Mason Hannigan. And Cody Terry rounding up the top 10. How these point systems work? How the point systems work? Well, I've got no idea. We'd have to ask Josh Flood or Jeffrey Herrick in race control. We're not going to do that because Jeffrey Herrick has made his way onto the racetrack behind the iRacing.com pace truck, and we're about to take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 49, it is Jeffrey Herrick. To his outside, car number 24, Nicholas Brooks out of position number 2. Alex Rupert will line up inside your second row, position 3. Jacob Hampton going to line up on the outside of row number 2 in car number 29. Then we go back to our 5th starter, Dakota Dillon in car number 39, and Jonty Goss in car 777 will start position number 6. Mark Bremkamp in car number 78 going to line up out of position 7, and Brian Hubert did not qualify, did not grid in heat number 3. Final heat race coming up before we have a few minutes of warm-up session. These drivers will have about, I think it's about 3 minutes to be exact. I'll have to get confirmation on that one when we roll over into what is going to be warm-up session while we take, obviously, a commercial break. Let's go, Jeffrey Herrick and Nicholas Brooks as we are green flag here at the dirt track in Charlotte, and Jeffrey Herrick going to lead into turn number 1 and 2. Up on the inside is Alex Rupert now looking for second over Brooks. Brooks up on the top side of the racetrack. Oh, look out. Rupert down low. He nearly caught the inside U-tie. Look at the 29 of Jacob Hampton. Now trying to come back through the middle. Thought about making it 3 wide. Up to the back out of the throttle. Good clean move there by Hampton. Slider there from Rupert on Brooks. Now Brooks back to the inside. Here comes Rupert and Brooks once again. Slide job city at the moment. Here at the virtual dirt track at Charlotte. And how good is this? Heat number 3 turning it on right now. Jeffrey Herrick, your race leader. Alex Rupert back there in second. Brooks trying to move up a lane into turn number 1 and 2. Following the 5 of Rupert into turn number 3 on the top side of the racetrack again. Nearly getting 4 wheels up in the marbles upstairs. Here he goes. Brooks down low down into 1 and 2. Slide job. Rupert with a crossover. And here comes Hampton in the 29 machine. Hampton, you see the grey number 29 really starting to get a wriggle on right now. Halfway home. 5 down, 5 to run. Oh, Hampton and Brooks nearly come together. Brooks, he stayed in the gas and drove around the outside of Jacob Hampton in the 29 and Goss now in the 777. Starting to challenge for 4th position down into turn number 1 and 2. Look at this all over the back of him. He gets into the wall though, giving Hampton a little bit of breathing space right now into turn number 3 and 4. Back up front, your race leader in car number 49, Jeffrey Herrick with 2.5 to run. Herrick going to continue to lead here with a tip of the green. 2 laps to go. The popsicle sticks have been shown. Jeffrey Herrick looking for a big win. Will start on the outside of the front row in tonight's main event. If I've done the math correctly, he greets the white flag first here in heat race number 3. How about Rupert? He has got a shot here. Do we expect a dive bomb down into 3? Yes, we do. He stays low. Who's going to get the run? Rupert and Herrick and Rupert side by side at the line. Jeffrey Herrick just wins by a 1/10 of a second. 0.113. Rupert second. Brooks, Hampton, Goss, Bremkamp, and Dylan. Oh boy, Alex Rupert. He left nothing on the table. He went to the kitchen. He unplugged the sink. He was a plumber. And he absolutely threw the kitchen sink at that one. 2-minute warm-up session right now. Well, this will give us an opportunity, of course, to thank a number of people here on Ultimate Dirt TV, of course. A big thanks to our sponsors here that make all this possible. First and foremost, we'll thank the guys over at Wings Only Racing for obviously allowing us here at Ultimate Dirt TV to bring you all the action here on a Sunday night / Monday morning, again, depending on if you're, I guess, really anal about the time stamps and stuff like that. Yes, it is a Monday morning when these guys race, but just coming off a Sunday night or Monday here in Australia. So, of course, big thanks to, of course, Wings Only Racing, and, of course, Green to Check It as well. They continually put on these kind of events for us and allow us to showcase what these guys can do. Not only 360s, but also 410s as well. Of course, a big thanks to our sponsors here. Big thank you to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, and ISBC Broadcasting. Check them out on all their social media pages. Give them a like and a follow and keep up to date with everything that's going on. And, well, considering that we are pretty much in lockdown and we're stuck playing the virtual racing, this is the best that we can offer right now. And, well, until the tracks decide to open up, this is pretty much the only type of racing that you're going to get throughout the week. And of course, iRacing giving us a platform to race on, and catch our next broadcast again on Wednesday morning, the Rush Sim Racing Midget Super League. And then, of course, the 305 National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum Sprint Car Series. 305 is presented by Dirty Old Bastards and Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. So I thought we were going to an ad break, but turns out we don't need to go to the ad break. We just need to talk for about 90 seconds, and that is complete. And now it is time for our A main event. Oh, and the inversion is 6 for the feature event. Let's go trackside. Take a look. That's your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. So Alex Rupert will start on pole in car number 5. Robert Satterfield will start position number 2 in the 55. Another 5, that's Brandon Steele. He will start position number 3. Jeffrey Herrick going to line up at a position number 4. Position number 5 in car 42L, that's Lance Christie, and Mason Hannigan will start position number 6. Lance Loomis will start inside the 4th row of Riley Emmig to his outside at a position number 8. Position number 9, Nicholas Brooks and Sean Pauser to round out your top 10. Josh Flood will start position 11. Jacob Hampton going to start position number 12. Alan Gates will start position 13th. Evan Harvey going to line up at a position 14th. Jonty Goss will start position 15th. And Austin Edson will line up at a position number 16. Brady Baldwin will start position 17. Mark Bremkamp will start position 18. John Klimowicz Jr. starting position 19. Wyatt Brown out of position number 20. 21st is going to be Dakota Dillon, and Tyler Matheny will start position 22. And 23, 24, I know they're having issues. Kyle Morse having some internet connection issues, and Brian Hewitt hasn't been here all night. Can tell you, Alan Gates in the 357, I don't think he gridded. So that will move up the inside row from Goss, who was scheduled to start position number 15. Well, here we are. We're about to get after it in tonight's A main event. It is going to be on, ladies and gentlemen, here at the dirt track at Charlotte. The pace truck will move to the infield. Wings Only Racing, presented by Green to Checkered Racing. 30 laps on the board. 21 starters. Let's get dirty for 30. It's a couple of 5s on the front row. In the first 3 positions, I'll say that. Satterfield on the outside. Rupert now sliding to the middle of the racetrack, but Satterfield has got the run. Look at him, 3 and 4 deep already down into turn number 3 and 4. Hannigan trying to go through the middle. Will go through the middle. 3 wide down the front straight away. Herrick upstairs. Lance Christie down low. Hannigan around the outside of Riley Emmig now for positions number 4 and 5. The battle is on right now. Rupert and Satterfield side by side. Satterfield has it at the start-finish line. Then you go back to Brandon Steele, so it's a bunch of 5s. The 55 of Satterfield leads the 5 of Rupert. Then back to the 5 of Brandon Steele. Then you go back to Mason Hannigan in the 1X machine and the 12 of Riley Emmig. Top 5 starting to move away from the rest of the field. Jeffrey Herrick on the outside of Sean Pauser. And Lance Loomis now into turn 3 and out of turn number 4. 4 down, 26 to run. It's still your race leader right now. Robert Satterfield in the number 55 machine. Looking good in the early parts of this. Going about to get to the first lap car. And that will be Josh Flood in car number 7. Lance Christie, Brady Baldwin being scored a lap down. There might be some front end damage on the number 7 machine. Satterfield, car upside down, Jeffrey Herrick, look out, look out, look out, we are yellow. Just as Josh Flood went a lap down, the yellow flag comes out. Race control might be lenient enough to let him on by. And I believe caution laps not counting. We'll just see what happens here on the ticker, just on the top left underneath the R-Racing logo. So there is the pace truck, and now if it rolls over to 8, laps are counting if it stays on 7. Okay, so caution laps will be counting. And again, just to confirm that, when we go back to green, we're most likely going to be starting lap number 10 of 30. Let's see what the lights do on the top of the iRacing.com pace truck if they stay flashing, which is a 2 to green signal. So yes, lap 10 of 30, so 10 down, 20 to go when we go back green. Thank you for the like and share, Bo. Appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, guys, hit the like and follow button on the Facebook page. First iRacing broadcast company to reach 10,000 followers on Facebook. So thank you so very much for the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, we've had a number of people help us behind the scenes in helping us reach this target again. Across all the other broadcast companies, you will find no other with 10K. We are the first. And again, we thank you so very much for the support here. Every time we go live, and of course any time that we post stuff, but most of the time we are live for iRacing broadcasts. You get the occasional personal broadcast when we go in-car racing. Satterfield, Rupert, Hannigan and Steele. 10 down, 20 to go. Green flag back out, and Rupert got an absolute Barry Crocker of a start. Mason Hannigan. And look at the 12 machine of Riley Emmig now. They went 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Nearly 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Emmig in the 12. Hannigan around the outside of the 1X machine. What can he do here in this one? Steele up on the outside of Alex Rupert. Hannigan cuts low. Down into turn number 3 and 4. 2 by 2 by 2 for second on back right now. Hannigan and Emmig having a great battle for a slider. Satterfield holding on to the race lead. Rupert and Brandon Steele going after your race leader Satterfield down into turns 3. 2 to go until we get to the halfway stage of tonight's main event. And right now Riley Emmig in the 12 machine on a tear through the field up to position number 3 with a slide job. And that forces Alex Rupert to go back to the top shelf into turn number 1 and 2. Look at Rupert trying to get a run into turn number 3 now. Battle is on and a change for the race lead. Here goes Steele. Oh, inside he goes. Slide job into turn number 1 and 2. Out comes Satterfield up on the inside. They will race side by side into turns number 3 and 4. Past halfway home. Brady Bowman upside down. 16 down. 14 to go. Josh Flood slowing there in turns 1 and 2. Oh, look out. Hannigan and Edson come together. Edson, does he save it? Yes, he does. He's in 7th right now. And while we're watching Robert Satterfield hold off, oh, look out. Josh Flood. Hold on tight down into turn number 3 and 4. Second and third split the lap car of Josh Flood. Then you go back to Alex Rupert as well. Rupert on the top side following Abby now down through 1 and 2. Satterfield has just been left on the bottom side of the racetrack. Well, look out, here he comes moving up the racetrack. Alex Rupert, 11 to run at the moment for Brandon Steele, looking for his first win of the Wings Only 360 Sprint Car Series. Have a look at Rupert upstairs through turns 3 and 4. 21 down, 20 down. And the yellow flag is going to come out on the racetrack, and Brandon Steele, that lead is now gone. The pace truck is out onto the surface here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Boy, oh boy, how good is the racing here? Some fine driving here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Stephen, are you watching this? If you're watching this, why? Why are you sending me extra, buddy? All right, time to catch our breath. 6 laps left to run. Pace truck is in. Can Brandon still hang on? We are basically a dash distance away. Once we get to lap 27, 28, if the caution flag flies, there's a good chance that we end under yellow. Well, let's hope that the green-white checker system is enabled. Green flag back out onto the racetrack here in tonight's main event. And Brandon Steele straight to the top side. Riley Emig in second. Satterfield and Rupert going to continue their battle down into turn number 3 and 4. Robert Satterfield on the top side. He's not getting away from it now. He may have learnt his mistake and he's just been able to, well, he's been able to capitalise on the restart there on the top side of the racetrack. Brandon Steele, 4 laps left to run in tonight's main event. We're watching Riley Emig in the 12 machine. In second position, Satterfield now been pressured by Rupert. Here comes Austin Edson in the 76 machine. Oh, look at that. Oh, Edson. Edson's going to get through. Satterfield and Rupert come together. We may be going yellow here as here comes Hannigan, going to slide up in front of Edson, but no, he leaves Edson a lane. That is for positions number 4. Hannigan looking for the double daily and the double slide job. Hannigan back to the inside, 2 to run, slide job, look out, that was close, and Edson back around the outside. Oh, Hannigan not shying away from throwing some Hail Marys and some slide jobs. The white flag is out, final time, and I'll tell you what, Brandon Steele, Riley Emig down into turn number 3. Emig and Steele, Brandon Steele going to come away victorious here tonight. Second will go to Riley Emig. Third at the line was close between Rupert and Hannigan. I think Rupert just got there, did by 0.068 of a second. Oh boy, what a race here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Austin Edson rounds out your top 5. Lance Limas, Goss, Brown, Herrick, and John Klimowicz, your top 10. Matheny, Book, Satterfield, Dillon, Flood, Christie, Hampton, Pauls, Bremkamp, Harvey, Baldwin, and Gates, the 22 finishers here. And well, if he is doing some donuts, he deserves to do them. I tell you what, how about Brandon Steele, ladies and gentlemen? He will get the job done. In tonight's main event, the SteelCycle.com number 5. Couple of 5s on the podium. So we're just waiting on Brandon Steele to get out of the virtual cockpit and come and join us here on the front straightaway. Of course, trying to get through the virtual crowd. Alex Rupert as well. We'll hopefully chat to the top 2. Maybe Riley Emig as well. We'll see if we can't get the top 3 in here for a quick chit chat. Give these guys about 60 seconds or a minute to get over here. The race is over. I'll tell you what, we're going to go down trackside right now. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place tonight. He also drives the number 5 machine, but this time it is Alex Rupert who comes away in a third place. Alex, congratulations on a third place performance here tonight. Boy, what an entertaining that race was from start to finish. The track looked very, very racy. How was it from the cockpit of the number 5 machine?
Yeah, it was pretty hard just trying to keep your nose clean, staying out front. I kind of missed the gear really bad there. It was, if I got on the bottom, it was balling down. Just kind of had to put it on the fence the whole time. Couldn't really do much, but it felt good.
Well, you did start on pole position. Now, of course, you didn't lead too many laps up at the start, but you were certainly in contention for a win here tonight. Knowing that the track wasn't getting all that slick, how did you have your car set up, to before you went out for that feature event? Did you have it to set up for later in the race, or did you have it set up just knowing that the track was pretty much going to stay tacky?
I mean, I kind of saw the track was going to just reset, stay tacky. Kind of just went for the in-between, did like half of what I would have did for a slick setup, kind of left the wing angle down. Just missed the gear by a mile. I'm not too familiar with 360s here, so it's kind of tough on that part.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, Alex, not a bad run. Third place tonight here on the 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Wings Only Racing. We'll let you get out of here, but before we let you go, Alex, you got any sponsors, any shout-outs you want to give before we let you head off and celebrate?
Uh, I just like to thank everyone around me supporting me, all my friends I get to race with, mostly every day, and just for having fun with them. I mean, that's what all this comes down to, is just having fun with a bunch of buddies that you know in real life. Just hoping to get back racing in real life.
All right, there we go. Alex Fripp there. Got a nice header. You certainly got the brain thinker there. So he comes home third place here tonight. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place tonight. It is Riley Amigan. Well, Riley, you come home second spot. You had an opportunity there in the final couple of laps, but falling just short, but still second place. Nothing to hang your head about.
No, not really. I felt good all race. I started 8th. I got a good start. And I kind of just held back behind everyone and waited till the right moves were made. Restarts were my strongest point and almost came home with the win, but Daly blocked my slider on the last lap.
Let's go to your restarts. You said they're your strongest points. How often how many cautions were you expecting here tonight? The track was very tacky there throughout that feature event. Were you expecting to slick off, or going back to as well, the cautions and how many restarts you were sort of predicting?
I don't know. I thought there would have just probably be like 2. I didn't really think there was much because it was tacky. Usually tacky is a little bit easier to give room. So I thought it would have been only 2. And I kind of just guessed the starts right. I'm pretty good with reaction time with that.
Sort of having a few moments to think about it right now. Anything that you could have done on the setup to make it just a little bit better, or were you happy with how the setup went? And maybe it's a point in the race where you thought, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or I should have gone a little bit earlier. Thoughts and just a quick recap for you.
I don't know. There's nothing really we could have done to the setup. I'm not very good with setting these up. And then in the race, the only thing I could have done is on the last restart, I kind of tried to jump it, but then get second guess myself. And as soon as I second guessed myself, he went.
I'll tell you what, from 8th to 2nd, nothing to be too disappointed about. You pick up 6 positions in falling just 1 spot shy of the podium. But Riley, congratulations, second place. Before we let you go, of course, any sponsors, any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to my mom and dad. They've been going through a lot lately with my grandpa. Grandpa's been in and out of the hospital, and I like to thank our diner also because they do a lot for us.
All right, well, hopefully things turn around for you guys and start looking up. And congrats on second place tonight, Riley.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Riley Emig, second spot tonight. Home in first place tonight, driving the steelcycle.com at number 5, Brandon Steele. Brandon, congratulations. You joined us here in Victory Lane. Boy, that was a very, very entertaining 30 laps.
Yeah, it was good. Kind of just waited in the beginning and bided my time, and then got by a couple guys and just tried to stay smooth.
Track didn't get slick as of what hopefully it should have been, but this racetrack, although it was still fairly tacky, about probably a 30-odd%, it was still fairly racy. You guys are able to move and throw some sliders on each other.
Yeah, no, it was good. I like it when it slicks off a little bit more. I think it's more racy and a little funner, but it was a good track, and I got lucky, I guess, tonight.
Well, tell you what, no luck involved in that one. You start position number 3, you come away with the win here tonight. We'll let you get out of it and we'll let you celebrate. I'm surprised we didn't see any victory donuts.
Yeah, I guess I don't win often enough to know to do that.
All right, Brandon. Hey, congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, of course, buddy, sponsors, shout outs, all that good stuff. Who makes it happen? People behind the scenes.
Yeah, steelcycle.com, and all the TSR guys, all the guys over there helped me get faster, and it's been fun.
All right, there we go. Brandon Steele, your winner here tonight in car number 5, the steelcycle.com entry, and that'll do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Finally, our 4th broadcast is done, and we are complete for the night. Time to go racing on iRacing.com. If you don't have a subscription, you can sign up. I believe it's still 50% off for new members. Check out iRacing.com, of course. Big thanks to, of course, Wings Only Racing and Green to Checkered for putting on these events. 360 Wings Sprint Cars 1 week, 410s the next. And I'll just see if we can find out where we're at next week. If I see the schedule, but most likely won't be posted until next week. But I'm sure Josh Flood can answer those kind of questions. If you want to get in touch and race here on the 360 on a Monday morning, Sunday night, again, depending on how picky you are, message Josh Flood. He'll be able to tell you how to get involved. And of course, a big thanks to everybody again that's made this all possible. It's been a wonderful Sunday night here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, a big thanks to our sponsors. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, and ISBC Broadcasting. Check them out on all their social media pages. And on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, we say farewell, good night, until next time. It's see you soon.